Everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to take a look at the newest collab in the world of Monster Strike. It is with SPYxFAMILY. And again, the extent that I know about this gacha is from what I've seen from the members of Hinatazaka who likes this this anime. Nothing beyond that, which basically means almost nothing. So you got my general normal level of information for these animes, but it's super popular nowadays, and it is a mini collab though. And I say mini collab in the fact that there's not that many events to worry about, so we're not going to do a full rundown. We're really only going to look at the gacha monsters today. If you want further details of what actually needs to happen, maybe I'll go over it real quick, but you can always check back on the last Monster Strike news where we go through all of those details in there. But let's take a look at the gacha monsters. If you're really interested in like the technical details of the strike shots, which of course you should always take a look at the official videos to see how it works, so that you get a better idea of whether or not you really want it for your team. Here are the three monsters. Again, since it's a mini collab, we're only getting the 6 stars. We got Loid, Anya, and your Forger available. They will be part with the Chojushin Sai Legends gacha. You can hear the music in the background, right? You will be competing against, Neo, Kanon, there we go, Basara, and of course if you still don't have Arsene, you can keep trying for her. And of course the older ones, we got Hallelujah, Amida also available. Now you can see that I have them all, and actually I have a pair of at least everybody except for Hallelujah, so a little bit tough for me, but I'm sure I'll be happy to see get the chance to pull for both maybe. Anyways, let's take a look at the values here. Again, the ratings on the top right are from GameWith. They are still in the Kakokari level of provisional status. Again, as more quests come out and you can see their strike shots, see if you can't get some nice synergies with other monsters. These ratings could change, just like for the Conan collab, right? Conan started as an 8.0, turned into an 8.5. Being the best one, versus Akai, who started as an 8.5 and got moved down to an 8.0. So, when you look at this is just as the collab started, what values we got, and we'll see if that changes anything. So, currently at the 7.5 rating, they've given it to Anya Forger here, and alright, I won't go into the details of her abilities because we did do that on Monster Strike News. But the important thing here is the strike shot, and you can see it's a speed and power up, and it will heal all touch friendly units and give them regen, which heals them after a few turns. And then all touched enemies will also get an attack and defense down, which will last for a variable amount of turns. So the first gear will be a 1.1 buff to herself, and then any friendly monster she touches will be regenerating for 2000 HP, and that will happen twice. And then the attack down will be to the enemies, and that will reduce their attack to 75%. And that will happen for only one attack process from the enemies. And then the defense down will give them 1.46 times more damage than usual, and that will last for 4 turns, which is nice to see. And then, I guess I typoed there, that should be an SS2. The second gear, the buff to self increases to 20%, so you'll do 1.2 times your normal damage. And then the attack, the regen is exact same, there's no difference, it's 2000 HP, which lasts for 2 turns. And then the attack down is a 0.66 times reduction in damage, and that will last for 2 attack cycles for the enemy. And then defense down will be a 1.65 times increase in damage received, and that will last for 6 turns. There's not, and I think this is the common theme with all of the forgers in this collab, is that there's not that many quests right now where they have an immediate, yes, I can use this here. But certainly it's something that could come into play later down in the road, especially with Anya here, since she does have the null transfer wall ability. Once that starts becoming more and more occurrent in the game, a character like this will probably jump up in terms of utility, especially since she has a lot of helper related abilities, which, again, right now, is there a place for her to be used? Hard to say, but in terms of the future stocks of Anya here, I can definitely see something brewing for her there. So interesting thoughts. There you go, Anya Forger. Next is Loid Forger. He has a provisional rating of 8.0 on GameWith. And the important thing here is, of course, the Grand Motivate is always awesome, right? You get to point in direction and everybody moves without you having to touch them. And increases all enemies' weak point effectiveness that you hit. I guess I left that out. You have to, of course, hit that monster to get that effectiveness boost by Loid. And then that follow-up grenade is also scaling based on the number of enemies hit. So, not only are you increasing the weak point effectiveness of the monsters you hit, you are also scaling that follow-up attack, which is a percent-based attack, which is always good to see. So, and I guess I just completely messed up my copy-paste this time. The first gear strike shot, the buff to everybody. Sometimes the motivate, the monster who uses the strike shot, the buff number is different from the friendlies that also move around. For Loid's strike shot, they are all equal. You will get a 40% buff in attack. And then your follow-up attack is 15 plus 2 times the number of enemies you hit. So if you hit no enemies, which would be impressive, I think, you will have a flat 15% damage. But if you hit, let's say, 7 enemies, right? That's 2 times 7, which is 14. You add 15 to that, it is 29% of their HP will be hit with that grenade. And that grenade is a pretty big range. So go ahead and take a look. Look at that video from the official Monster Strike channel to see how it looks. But it's pretty nice. And there is a minimum guarantee that, even if the percent is really low, right, their max HP is low, you have a minimum guarantee of 1.5 million damage, which is great to see. The weak point effectiveness is a 50% boost in damage and will last for 2 turns. And this is all completely like SS2. The second bullet point is for the second gear strike shot. This one increases the buff for all of your friendly units to 1.8 times, yourself and your other monsters. The follow-up attack increases to 20 plus 3 times the number of enemies hit. So again, minimum guarantee if you hit nobody is 20%, and then if you hit 7 enemies, for example, 3 times 7, 21 plus 20 is 41%, which is cool to see. The minimum here is increased to 2.5 million damage, and the weak point effectiveness stays at 50% but will last for an extra turn and be around for 3 turns instead. So yeah, very interesting strike shot things here. Will be fun to play around with, I'm sure. And as of this moment, the highest rated monster in the collab gacha is your Forger here, and this is a gauge busting strike shot, so you can skip gauges with her strike shot if it works out. However, this is an important point, is that this strike shot is not guaranteed to hit the weak point. Some of the collab monsters in the past, even if it's hitting that monster, it treats it as a weak point hit. That is not the case with your the location of where the enemy's weak point is going to be important. I think it was kind of like a triangle attack and then a straight down attack, something like that. Sorry, it's been a few days since I watched it, so I forget. But the important thing here is it's not a guaranteed weak point hit. And yeah, the copy paste complete fail today. But here are the details. For the first gear of the strike shot, it is a 33% buff to herself, and then while she's doing the midway animation there, it is 0.4 times her attack stat and does 16 to 17 slashes. I've seen both numbers around. And then that final attack will be about 5 times her attack stat. And the weak point reveal will last for 2 turns. For the second gear, again, sorry I copy pasted that, it is a 90% buff to herself. The slashes are increased to a 0.66 times her attack stat. And then the final attack will be a 7.2 times attack stat damage. And the weak point reveals for an extra turn for 3. So, I mean, all in all, the strike shots in general, I don't think they blow anyone away too much. So, there is, there's plenty of things to think about whether you want to pull too hard. Obviously, if you are a fan of the gacha, you're gonna probably go ham on it. But, for those of you who are on the sidelines thinking about it, there's a lot of future worth that, if, the right quests come into play, they will certainly find a niche position for them. But as of now, yeah, it does look like Yor has the upper hand with all of the, monsters that are there. Now, of course, like I said, you are going to have to battle against the Choju Shinsai collab here. And of course, it is a collab for these anime characters, so they are increased to 1.2%, whereas all of the other, Legends exclusive will be at 0.4%. So, if you get an animated, guarantee, right, 3.6 out of what, 2.4, so more than 50% chance that if you see some kind of guaranteed animation, that it'll be a collab monster. Always good to hear. Anyways, just quickly going over the events with the SPYxFAMILY collab. Of course, hopefully you aren't forgetting to keep Anya up on her studies. Remember, any 10 stamina you spend, and any 10 stamina, doesn't need to be any collab quests, just every time you spend 10 stamina, 1 point gets increased to Anya's studies. You are maxed out at 20 per day, essentially. And you max out at 100. The test score you get at the start of each Monster Strike day will scale based on your smarts points that you've given to her. Again, it's not a direct one-to-one, it's just something that relates to it to get your test results. And I mean, that's pretty straightforward. And of course, there is the event to collect Anya coins. And you just play this quest, you'll get some coins, exchange them for goods here. And don't forget that there is a daily rotation of items that you may want to pick up. Don't lose track on the 31st of those 5 orbs, because there are no, orbs that you would normally get from, these coin exchanges. And okay, there we go. So let's actually go to the gacha here. Usually I do them in separate videos, but since we've got, I don't know, I'm not going to do too much, and I've already done the rundown here. No, let's just do it at once. How many pulls am I going to do? I think I'll do 2 10 pulls on each. I'm not going to go too crazy. Of course, you can see that I have basically everybody on either account, so it's not too much of a stress for me, especially. And this is also another thing. There's probably going to be, people are expecting a new exclusive for the Choju Shinsai on the last news. It is about that time on when we would get somebody new added to the gacha. So maybe next month we're going to be pulling for them again. So we don't want to go too crazy. And like I said, is there going to be another collab coming in June? I just don't know. But the way Mixi has been doing things lately, it seems like that they're just ready to drill a hole in everybody's wallets for those of you who spend money in the game. I hope you guys are being very diligent about your account there, because it can burn a hole pretty quickly. Oh, hey, nice start. We got Yor. So my tablet showing off once again that it certainly it certainly knows how to gacha in this game. Wow, so got both of the parents. Oh yeah, and of course don't forget you will get Anya sticker for every temple you do. Okay, wow. You know what? Let's leave my tablet as it is. I think that's good for now. Getting 2 in a 10 shot is good, and you know my tablet definitely has less orbs too, so we'll just keep it at that. That's really impressive. And I guess we'll do this. If I get Anya on the first temple, I'll stop. Otherwise, I'll do 2 temples on my main. Alright, let's gacha. And I guess if I can get a second Hallelujah, that will finish the pairing up of everybody. Obviously, an extra nail would be good. I do switch her a lot in her different forms, so not having to do that anymore would always be a good thing. What was that? Persephone? Yeah, Persephone. Okay. We'll do 1 more temple and we'll call it a day. Here we go. Strike shot. Right. 1 turn. Okay, nothing special here again. And of course there is guaranteed animation specifically to Spy Family, so if you got lucky there, congrats. Don Quixote. Wow, okay. I actually got Hallelujah. So yeah, there you go. I have a pair of all Legends exclusives now. No love for the Spy Family gacha, unfortunately. For my main tablet, walking out like a thief there with 2 in a temple. I don't know how it does it. It's insane. But we'll go with that. I'm good for today. Let me know if you pulled hard on this gacha. If you did, let me know in the comments below and how it went. Otherwise, let me know if there's anything else you would like to see with the the videos here on this channel. I'm always open for comments, so comments is open below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. ENGmons for the latest and greatest news from myself, and the Discord channel is available for you to join to talk with anybody else who can speak English. And maybe Taiwanese too. That version's also available. Anyways, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.